Welcome to West 10 Media Signing Day coverage. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Now check out the next athlete, student athlete, that's going to secure their future.
That's Eli.
All right, like Coach said, Prince, I just would like to thank everybody on behalf of the Ramsey family for coming. Welcome everybody to Tipton-Rosemark Academy. I got a couple of things I want to say about Eli. My first experience with Eli was when he was 2 or 3. I tore my ACL when I was in high school at Campbell's Clinic, and I'm having some surgery and some rehab done. Eli's there for some things, and so I've known Eli for a long time. And his parents were, when I was in college, my Sunday school class, his parents were our Sunday school teacher. So I've known the Ramsey family for a very long time. I've known Eli since he was a little kid, and you kind of always knew that this day was coming. He was going to sign somewhere. He's going to play baseball somewhere. It was just going to be, who's he going to sign with? Where's he going to go? And he committed last year and had to make a hard decision at a very unopportune time for him, as far as when the college coaches were shutting down there. They were going into a dead period, but he trusted in the Lord and trusted himself that he was going to be able to find a home that fit for him. And today's all that coming true for him. Go back to when he started with the program, and his 8th grade year. He made a splash from early on. He hit .330 as an 8th grader. Was second on the team in doubles. Led the team in home runs with 1, but he still led the team. I think it was an inside the Parker at Harding, but from an early age, he was making an impact on the team. Freshman year was COVID year. That got taken away from him, and then his sophomore year, we were fortunate to make that run to the state tournament, and Eli was in our 2-hole all year long, played a huge role in that, was second in our team in average his sophomore year, and I'll never forget, his whole time coming up was like, where's he gonna go? Really, how good is this kid gonna be? And we're playing first game of the year. We open up with St. Benedict's. My first game as a head coach, and we're facing an Ole Miss commit, left-handed, 91-92. It's 0-0 to the 4th. Nobody's doing anything. Zach Seward's on the mound. He's shoving it for us. The kid's name was Luke Ellis. Luke Ellis is shoving it for St. Benedict's. Eli Ramsey in an 0-2 count to lead off the 4th. Battles. Lefty on lefty slider, triple, first at bat, high school at bat, triple off of Ole Miss commit. Broke the game open, we ended up winning. When that happened, you're like, okay, this kid's gonna be pretty special. So his sophomore year kind of continues on, and one of my favorite memories of Eli is we're playing Grace Christian Academy out of Franklin for Sub-State, and they said the Vernon Dogfight. That's game 3. Win, go to the state tournament. We get Patrick Green leads off. He gets on first base. It is a bunt situation. Everybody in the world knows that we're bunting. And they had some funky bunt coverage. And I knew that if I went and talked to Eli, that their coach would put it on. So I go talk to Eli. And I'm like, hey, we're bunting right here. If they put it on, if they come in, we're slashing. Pull it back, hit. And it works to perfection. Eli does everything perfect. He squares the bunt. Everybody comes running in. He pulls back. That third baseman starts. I don't know how he got out of the way. He was moving faster than anybody I've ever seen in my life. And then Eli flies out to left field. It doesn't end up working out for us. But that was Eli. Okay, he was going to do whatever we needed him to do to win. He's always done that. He puts a lot of pressure on himself in situations, but he comes through in more times than not in those situations. His junior year, he was unfortunate, had an arm injury, and wasn't able to do what he wanted to do. But he did what the team needed him to do. We needed him to play first base. He had to be in the lineup. Never complained. Never did anything. and played a heck of a first base all year for us. He got pitched harder than any kid that I've ever seen get pitched. He did not get very many fastballs at all, and hit 411. Am I right on that? No fastballs, and it still was a 400 hitter. I could stand up here and talk for a long time about all the stats and all of the awards and all of the all districts and all regions and TBCA awards and all of this stuff. But I think, you know, everybody just has one question, and that one question is, why does your helmet always fall off? No, he's gonna go down as one of the best hitters to come through Tipton-Rosemark Academy. He's gonna be in the top 5 of every hitting category that we have, and he's gonna do all that in only 3 years because COVID took his freshman year. On top of all of his baseball accolades is the type of person that Eli is. And all of you people being here shows what type of person he is. I don't know if I've ever seen it this full, and this many previous coaches come, because all of them know what I'm fixing to say is that Eli is an absolute joy to coach. He's going to do everything that you tell him to do. He does everything the right way. He is there all the time. Anytime that the doors are open for anything baseball, he is there. And he is going to do anything that he can for that team to win and for his teammates to be successful. And y'all being here shows, you know, the type of player that he is. At this time, Eli is going to read some things, and he's going to join the 38 other Tier A baseball players over the last 15 years to go play college baseball.
First off, I want to thank all y'all for being here, especially people that don't even go to this school or coaches that don't coach this school anymore. Especially like Coach Al, that he coached me at age 10. It was truly a blessing for you to come here. And all the basketball coaches that have supported me and coached me through the years and have taught me not just basketball lessons, but life lessons. And all my friends and family out here, thank you for supporting me through this ride. And all the coaches, thank you for always pushing me, opening up everything for me to do, weightlifting, hitting, anything, teaching whatever I need to learn. Thank you for my sister for always being a role model. I mean, she's been a college athlete as well, and there's no other person I want to follow in the footsteps of than her. Me and my mom, me and my mom have been on 20 road trips together, 7+ hours to 18+ hours, and just I've become closer with her over the past few years, baseball-wise, and like whether I go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts or 4 for 4, I mean, she always has the same attitude, and she's always supporting me. And then my dad, it's hard to say, but all I gotta say is we made it. Like 3 or 4 to now. Our backyard has been filled with baseballs almost every day, every weekend, going from USA Stadium, Snowden Road to game day, and then come back home hitting every night. It was truly a blessing to be able to be with you every day, even through the ups and through the downs. The work has finally paid off, and it's going to keep paying off in the future. And that's all I got.
Hi, it's Thomas L. Jr. here with another signing day, and long time coming with Mr. Eli Ramsey.
Yes, sir.
You're heading out to Western Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
D1 baseball. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
How does it feel?
It feels amazing. It's been a long journey, but first off, being committed to MTSU a year ago, having all that it was part of the journey. I was like, oh, I'm going to end up there, and then some unfortunate circumstances made me have to decommit, and then it was so late in the game that I didn't know if I was going to be able to find another college, especially D1, but was able to find Western Kentucky and went up there, went to a camp, talked to me, were like, we want you really bad, stay with me through another week or two, and I was like, I'm ready to make this happen. And it's an amazing place to call home. So. Well,
when you hit 411 and you're lefty, there might be a few people
that
want you.
There's a few tools.
But
it was a blessing.
But you put in a lot of hard work over the years. You mom and dad said you gravitated to the game when you were 3 years old.
Yes, sir.
What made you fall in love with baseball?
It was just always something that I could really improve at, but also there was a skill set that I felt that I had, especially around age 6 or 7, coach pitch wise. I was just hitting the ball really far and felt really good. And then I was like, man, this is something I really want to pursue. And as I got older, basketball kind of started to come in the mix.
Yeah.
And about 7th or 8th grade, I went to a big baseball tournament, and some colleges that like reached out to my coach, and I was like, okay, this is where I really want to pursue. So basketball is just kind of,
It's a good hobby.
it's a good hobby to have, but baseball is definitely the sport I've always wanted to pursue.
But what they both have in common, they make you a team player, and you love
Yes,
team
sir.
sports because you come from a good team. So
Yes, sir.
let's go to inside the household that you grew up in. And that this looks familiar to the Ramsey family, maybe because
Yes,
we were here
sir.
a few years ago with
Yes,
Sister
sir.
Haley, and a volleyball legend up here at Rosemark.
Yes, sir.
And you followed in her footsteps. Was it nerves, or like you said out there to the people just now, she was just your role model?
It was kind of both, but
Okay.
it's more role model, I think, now, just because, like, I mean, she was a freak athlete. I mean,
Oh, yes, yes,
I've
yes.
never seen someone that's been able to hit the volleyball as hard as she has, especially in, like, this kind of atmosphere. Like, before her, there was, like, Rosemark Volleyball's always been a solid, good program, but I've never seen someone that can jump like her for her shot. Like, she's not very big for a outside hitter, but the way that she could really put it down, it really impressed me. But also just the way she acted, like the team leadership kind of thing. She was always like looking to improve, but also help others improve. And once I saw that, I was just like, this is something I want to do, and I want to follow in her footsteps.
You fall in a rare category. You had a good big sister. No, I'm
Yes,
just kidding.
sir.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I got a big sister at home. but mom and dad, all those hours on the road, and she not only after big sister taking her to the volleyball match and everything. Now
Yeah.
she didn't get a break. She now got to take my son to baseball and all that. Talk about your relationship with her.
It's really special. I mean, everyone at the schools know who Eli Ramsey is just because of the light she has in so many people's lives, but also like the way she goes about things. Like even to like other people that may have had a bad game or had a great game, she's always complimenting them no matter what. And like especially on these past like few years, we've gone to Atlanta 6 or 7 times over the past like month or so in the summer.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is a special relationship that I have with her because like sitting in a car for 7 hours isn't always fun, but
Yeah, it's not.
like I was able to, we would listen to podcasts, listen to music, talk about baseball, talk about anything, talk about Jesus, listen to amazing music before games. She'd give me motivational speeches, and I was just like, this is a special relationship that nothing will beat it. So
That maternal relationship, she is a very special lady, and I can attest to that, especially seeing her at the scorer's table.
Yes, sir.
She wears
I
many
know.
hats. But right next to her is her husband, your
yes,
dad.
sir.
And out there when you talked about him, you kind of kept it short and sweet. But I can tell it's been a lot of hours you two spent
Oh, yeah.
together. Talk
Most
about
definitely.
how dad helped you get her to that.
It's been a long journey with him just because like he was an insane athlete in high school and in middle school, all working up to his. And actually, where my mom and dad met were at a volleyball game when my dad was playing volleyball, and my mom noticed that there was someone that was insanely athletic, jumping out of the gym, spiking it straight down, and then ended up getting married. All that, had my sister.
And you got your killer legs from your dad, too.
Oh yeah,
Y'all got nice
a little
legs.
bit. Yes, sir. And then about the age of 4 or 5, I mean, I started to play t-ball at the church and stuff, and I skipped straight from. I played like one game of t-ball and then skipped straight to coach pitch.
Wow.
And then decided to do that, and then my dad really saw something. Like I didn't see it at first, but my dad really saw something, and he really invested.
He told
in
me earlier today, he said he knew from day one you had that
Yeah.
ability.
And then just over the years, even like traveling 6 or 7 hours, he would open up a cage for me to hit in. He would always toss to me. And like no one knows my swing better than my dad does, is all I can say. And like he's always been there, even to support me. Like he's always there to support me. He's always there to have my back. He's always there to push me. I think pushing me is the biggest thing that like pushing me not as only as a good baseball player, but as like a good man and a leader of a household.
And I know he wants that for you because he wants you in a good environment. That's how Western Kentucky came to be.
Yes,
Dad
sir.
looking out for you and make sure you're in a good landing spot.
Yes, sir.
Are you happy with your landing spot?
For sure. At the beginning, I was like, I don't know where I want to go after I decommitted, and there were a few schools looking out, but there were only like 3 or 4. But Western Kentucky was a school that was just like texting me every day, constantly like, we want you, Eli, come down here. So I went down on a camp, ended up talking to them, we're like, we're going to offer you soon. Came back home, talked to my parents, and I was like, this place really wants me. They texted me every day after the camp, and I was like, this place really wants me. and around like Bowling Green area is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a really nice campus. They're constantly redoing things. Basketball program makes it March Madness every year.
Yeah.
Volleyball program makes a tournament, and the baseball program is only improving. So I was like, this is something I can't beat, and I think that God's truly blessed me to put me in this spot.
Yeah, see, he put you in a good spot already at Rosemark.
Yes, sir.
We're going to end this interview by talking about the lifelong friendship that you had
Yes,
and that
sir.
you're going to make for a long time. There's a lot of special guys out there from Will to Sam.
Yes,
Kind of
sir.
give them a shout out, let them know how much they helped you get here today. And there might be one nearby, so make sure you choose your words
All
carefully.
right. Well, my friends I've known, Sam, Will, Bo, Ellis,
Hey, Sam.
Landon, Nick, all of them since I was 2 or 3. I mean, me and Sam was there on the day I was born. Like at the hospital with me.
I heard y'all both baby Jesus.
Oh yeah, we were both baby Jesus in our place at the church. And then as we got older, about 4th or 5th grade, we really started to like have a group together. And especially like 5th grade, we'd go play basketball games and go spend the night parties at like anyone's house. And then as we've grown older, like during the process, because they've known it's not easy to
Yeah.
have to like go places and
Sacrifice the summers.
yeah, like
sacrifice that time.
especially summer wise, like they're like going places and sometimes I might have to miss out, but they always made time for me when I got back to hang out and stuff. And I mean, I would definitely not be here without them because I mean they support me the most outside of my family. Really, they're always cheering me on, saying nice things. Maybe talking a little smack just
What guys do,
just
what
to get
guys
me
do.
riled up, but it was truly a blessing to be blessed with the friend group I have.
Well, you're definitely in a blessed situation. You're going to a blessed situation. And like Coach Cole said, you add your name to 38 other Rosemark. So the brotherhood that you have with your
Yes,
friends,
sir.
but that lineage, you're part of that brotherhood forever
Yes,
now.
sir.
And congratulations on heading out to Western Kentucky.
Thank you. Yes.